Prior to Genius Monkey, man, our previous marketing strategies, even before I come along, was a lot of traditional TV, billboards, print. Pretty much if we put a commercial on local stations, a lot of it would be local news, Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy. Those were our typical avenues to where we need the phone to ring, let's put a commercial on these spots in our service areas, and typically it would have the phone ring. A lot of people mentioned to us, hey, we see your billboards all around. That's pretty much it. So when I came on, I started looking for a couple other digital means for advertising, and I remember creating a pretty big mistake in choosing one company to run some ads for us, and then not even realizing they weren't fully transparent. I didn't even think to ask questions because I hadn't learned yet about what they were actually doing. They're just hiding a whole bunch of things from us. And so that was sort of eye-opening of like, hey, here's how you can choose a partner to work with. And one that will work on your behalf. So when it came time to sort of switch things around and try other marketing aspects, I think it was actually through email outreach from Genius Monkey. I looked into other programmatic advertising partners just to see what they offered. But I think it really came down to, hey, a well-written email got my interest. And then here's the solution that they can provide for me. Here's the pain that they can take away from me in advertising options, and here's the transparency that they provide. And so that was just completely different than what I'd seen beforehand. And yeah, that's been over a year now working with Genius Monkey. Analytics. From that email, what specifically caught my attention was the analytics that were provided. Here's what we believe that we could provide for you if you were to work with us. Here's the reporting that we'll be able to provide. I think even just talking about like Google Tag Manager and Google Analytics at the time before GA4 was around, just the knowledge that was there. It wasn't just someone that was like, hey, I'm fresh out of school, I have no experience in this, I can't talk to what we're actually doing. I'm just gonna try to get you on the hook and pass you off to someone else. Like, I've still been working with Kevin to this day, and typically a lot of other companies, like you go through tons and tons of people, and you just sort of get tossed around from person to person. But from that email is more of like the analytics, here's the history that we provided, here's what we think we could do for you. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna give them a shot. This could work. Yeah, the onboarding experience with Genius Monkey was exciting for me because I was able to deal with people who actually knew what they were talking about. In the marketing world, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors of, hey, here's the person that gets you on the hook, and then they disappear. And I've spoken to this earlier, but start bringing in people with Genius Monkey that actually have the experience, that actually know what they're talking about. Going into analytics, setting up events, setting up the correct tags and tag manager to start tracking the correct things that you care about as well. I think that's one of the things that kept on sticking out was, hey, what's most important to you? What do you want to track? As well, what pages on your website should we be tying conversions to? It wasn't Genius Monkey saying what I needed to do was a collaborative approach. So the onboarding experience was great. Even just dealing with Melanie and just bringing other people in that have been consistent. I think that's one of the things that stood out with Genius Monkey is, they got good people that know what they're doing, and it makes for a fantastic onboarding experience. So within the first 45 days, with starting with Genius Monkey, web traffic increased 34% just from starting with Genius Monkey, and then also increase of leads, 44% increase. And just, I mean, those are major jumps just from not having something to starting with Genius Monkey and having things set up appropriately. So major changes. Since starting with Genius Monkey, we started in March of 2023, so it's been just over a year now at the time of this video that we've been with Genius Monkey. We grew 30% over last year, so that's about a 12% increase in lead volume, but a 30% increase in gross billing, which shows here's a targeted approach to where you're not just spraying and collecting all the leads that don't necessarily work for your business, but here's the right type of leads from customer demographic information that we're putting back in. Here's the target information that we're looking for. Here's the right type of homeowner. So Genius Monkey definitely has a play in that, to where other non-targeted methods is more of just a spray and pray approach, to where, hey, we can actually focus in, and we're able to see that 30% growth year over year with the help of Genius Monkey. So on the reporting side, I think one of the things that's just amazing, at least I remember Kevin passing along one report just showing, I think, 57 or so interactions starting from a Genius Monkey ad and then going throughout the multiple channels and seeing our video spot a couple of times, and then finally converting off of a display ad that Genius Monkey had out, and then just seeing that full path of multiple points of contact before actually submitting a form or giving us a call. So I think that one specifically is a cool resource to have, just to know, hey, this isn't, you know, a lot of companies say stick with us for at least 3 months, and then we can start seeing some of these efforts come back to you. It's not just to turn it on and immediately it happens. You got to have everything set up in the background to start working properly. And sometimes people aren't ready right when you think they're ready, and then finally, after multiple times, it actually pulled through, and we were able to book an estimate with that specific example. If I was gonna recommend, and I do recommend Genius Monkey to other people, I was just telling Kevin this, even in roofing, I mean, we're not in other states, all the other states yet, so there's a lot of room even in the roofing side, but for home services, I would say go for it. It's worth every dime. I would say if you're on Angie, if you're on what was Home Advisor, if you're paying for Yelp, if you're doing a lot of these other pay-per-lead sources, kick that bucket over and move some dollars into Genius Monkey. It's gonna be well worth it. That's something that I wish we had started with Genius Monkey years and years ago.